Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I am so excited to be here again on live talking about marketing strategies that are overlooked, how to market your business, your brand to the people that are supporting you, your audience, your family, friends, and to the people that are actually looking for what you do. So today we have another really good topic. So far, I think we have some really good topics, and I really pray that if you have seen any videos leading up to today, that you have at least a notebook that you have got down different nuggets that you are going to implement just to be as a reminder to yourself as you run and grow and build your business, your organization, your brand, ministry, outreach, event, whatever it is that you have going on to serve the public. Make sure that we're going to implement these marketing strategies because you don't want to be left in the dust because of poor and weak marketing. So I'm here to just be that reminder. So today we are going to jump into the topic of websites and landing pages. Okay. Now, this may not be something that you have been implementing already, but I'm here to remind you that it is very important to have such things when you have a business, brand, event. Listen, you got an event, create a landing page for it. You got a book coming out, you got something coming on, create a landing page for it because it is a professional. It's a professional look. It gives you order, it gives you structure. And then those who are interested in your service or product, they know that you about your business. It's like, oh, okay, oh, this is nice. You come into somebody's like somebody's crib. You come to somebody's website, but like, okay, if it's set up properly. But we're going to dive into that today. Okay. So having a website or a landing page, or maybe some may have heard of a squeeze page. So these are super important for anything that you have going on. Of course, we know that we are in the digital age where we have social media, and that is great. We do not overlook social media. And a lot of times we spend most of our time on social media, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever have you. You can spend a lot of time on these social media platforms. However, when you want to build and grow and develop and just increase your visibility, create that credibility and trust, having a website offline in the sense of social media or a landing page is so important. And you want to think of it as, okay, your social media is a platform where you're engaging, you are sharing education, you are inspiring, you are showing how-tos, you are giving people, solutions to their problems. And when they have a process where they can go from your social media page to a professional website and landing page, it gives them, okay, it's like taking them on a journey. Anything that you do, you want to take people on a very smooth ride when it comes to joining the mission that you're doing, purchasing a product, or, becoming a part of your staff or your team. You want to have that professionalism, and having a website and landing page is a key part to that because you can't really do an interview. You can't really book too many appointments via social media. You can, but having a landing page to take care of all of that, that's a different look, right? So when you have a landing page, you guys, it's kind of like making sure that they know this is where the action takes place. Like this is where you can buy that product. This is where you can sign up for the position or the job that you are offering to the public. This is where they can, of course, just join the mission and outreach. This is where they can purchase that digital product or that hair product or whatever that you have created. Anything that you're selling is a place where you want to have offline from social media. And oftentimes, a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners suffer from not having that because they're juggling everything online. They're juggling everything through DMs. They're juggling everything through comments. And having a direct page where they can take care of all of that is great. So here is a different perspective when it comes to not having one. So you can feel embarrassed if you don't have a page that looks professional. It can be very embarrassing. You have your business, you're up and going, and it's not to it's not to say that you aren't a very professional individual and that you don't have a solid business or brand, but when you don't have something that is a landing page that can show everybody, just the outreaches that you've been doing, what you've been doing in the community, just testimonials and things like that. You want to build as much trust as you potentially can. And websites and landing page help you do that. So when you don't have someone able to even visit a landing page, it's kind of like, oh, well, no. And maybe you do have one, but it's outdated. You know what I mean? Maybe it just needs a little tweaking and little thing. It just kind of look all over the place. It just doesn't look modern. It doesn't, kind of look how you want it to look now. You may have gotten it a few years ago, but having an updated web page and a website is so important. It's like another first impression on your business. So, you have someone that is coming off from social media to your website and it may be outdated. It just may be non-existent. Okay. Let's just be honest. You may not have a website or a landing page. So you could be quite embarrassed if you do not have this place because it's just not professional. It doesn't build that credibility. You don't have that system where people can actually flow and take care of business, whether that's product, service, or outreach moment, whatever it is. They come from social media potentially, or even networking face to face. You're texting, you're meeting people out in line. You say, yeah, visit my website. That's a credibility. That's a good professional gesture when it comes to your business and your brand and building up the community and what you do. So you have a customer, and we all know once you have a business or even building up on your social media, Google can assist and help people search you and find you also. So what better place to have, that credibility established by not having by having your own website and landing page. Don't think of it as, oh, well, I have my social media. That's pretty good. That's good enough. No, that's a start. That's a good step forward. That's a good step in the good direction, because that's where a lot of the momentum comes. You're engaging, you're advertising, you do all of these things via social media. But when you have leads coming in, you want them to go to that squeeze page or website to let them see that you are about your business, right? And Google helps out. If they search you on Google, when you pop up, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm glad I can see it. It's that credibility. It's that trust that you want to build in every step of the way when you are advertising anything. You're building a business and a brand. You want to be more credible in all platforms. So when you think about it, having Google as a backup where they can search you and you pop up, even if it is just your social media, if you have a social media, link your website to each other, right? You want to have it all together. So imagine someone searches you on Google, or they have you on their social media, and they go, they want to find what you do and how to actually buy your service or your product, right? But they decide that, by just impression, their webpage is just kind of not attractive and it just doesn't look professional. They can definitely just try to go elsewhere. They're going to potentially just think about when you find someone in a new industry, they're giving you as, oh yeah, I'm able to do X, Y, and Z and do this service for you or solve that problem. You can go to social media, but that webpage, that's the next step, right? That's the next step. So when you have the websites, it gives that credibility, and it doesn't give the customer or that new potential client the runaway of saying, hey, maybe not you. I want this problem resolved, but maybe not you. So let's avoid all the, discrediting factors that can happen when you don't have these landing pages and websites. So absolutely, I can definitely help with websites. Thank you, Mr. Chris, for sure. Absolutely. So when you think about websites, I want to talk about 3 different effects that your business can actually take a hit on when you don't have a website or a landing page. So it reduces your overall awareness. Like I mentioned before, your social media, it may be good, but even Google can help. And having a direct system where people can go to actually book appointments, right? Set interviews, right? Get that product, buy that service or whatever it is that you have. That's a good way to build up that brand awareness all in one system. So without a website, it reduces brand awareness. It reduces your business awareness. You're doing amazing things within the community. You're helping and serving families. You're doing and making an impact in the community. You're doing outreaches. You're doing many events. But oftentimes people do not know about it because it reduces your awareness, and not just people in your social media family, right? And friends, because Google, people can find you on Google, people can find you on Eventbrite. There are other outsources that people use to search for things and services outside of social media, but you don't neglect one or the other. You want to be holistic here, right? So another effect of not having a business page, brand, landing page, squeeze page that just represents who you are. Let the people actually know like who you are, where you've come from, you know, your ups and downs. You're able to really just list it all out. It's like your innermost part of the house where you get to show them like, yeah, this is my journey. This is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it. You know, you get to tell your audience a little bit more about yourself on your website, and that's a great place to have it. So when you have leads that come, they will get to see that. They will be able to experience you and your personality, right? And you will be able to increase conversions because of that credibility that was built up, right? So don't think that a social media is just enough. Going over to, having a website and a landing page, it'll definitely boost the credibility and conversions when you think about people seeing, oh, okay, they are actually professional. They have a website. It's www.myproduct.com. No better place to have you represented than your own website. So invest in yourself, invest in a landing page, invest in the squeeze page, a website, right? You don't have to invest so much, thousands of dollars to build a website. There are a lot of resources out here. There are a lot of platforms that can help you establish that credibility and that foundation when it comes to brand awareness, conversions from people seeing your social media. They're following you. You put an event out there, you put a product out there, and then they're able to go to your page and they're like, oh yeah, they got their stuff in order, right? So you don't want to just neglect that, because the inconsistent and outdated websites, or just non-existent, altogether, it just doesn't look good, right? So you want to make sure that you're making the road to your product and service is professional in every way. So some tips. I want to give you guys tips and insights. There are so many different platforms that I use, so many different platforms for website building that is easy. Just click to drag. There, you could just pick pictures up and just customize it. There's templates that are already available to those who may not know how to build a website. It's so accessible for those who may not be tech savvy. So different websites like GoDaddy I have used, Canva I have used, and I definitely heard about Wix. There are a lot of different website platforms that are easy to build, easy to purchase, and investing in a domain, like a website domain, right? It's a great thing to invest in a domain. Imagine having your first and last name .com. That's dope. You go and do your business, you do your presentation, you're meeting people. You say, yeah, just come to my website at boom.com, and then they can see everything that you offer. So don't be discouraged. Don't be intimidated, because there are platforms that are easy to just click and drag. Enter your text. You can insert a photo, insert your text, and you are good to go. It's already in template form. So all you have to do is just fill in the blanks. Invest in yourself. Go the extra mile, because the website or a landing page could just set you apart from your competitors, from the people that may come across your business, come across your event, come across your brand, and say, oh, I've seen a few others doing what you do, but I've never seen it like this. I came across your website, and it was really nice. right? So make sure that you update your website. If you have one, make sure that you take the time to just look over it, like polish it up, change it, update it as much as you can. Like, it's no better way to just like, okay, yo, it's just like cleaning the house, right? Polish it up. Make sure that you're doing all this advertising. You're putting a lot of thought into your social media. You're doing a lot of thought and process of building up community, clientele. Have a website and landing page. So when you do get referrals, right? When you do have all the increase of leads and clients and people that are interested, they want to join you, they want to be a part of what you're doing, you have that landing page there, and then it won't be no confusion whatsoever, right? So your website should consist of a few key things when you have your website, all right? So your website, like I mentioned, it should be of showing who you are, right? Be yourself, express who you are, and also who do you help? Who is your target audience, right? You want to make sure that people know, like, okay, this is for me. And it's okay that you don't serve, or you may not be in a product that fits everyone, because you want to narrow down to the people who are really looking for what you do, value your product and service, and let it be known, like, this is where X, Y, and Z can come and get my service or get this product and benefit from this moment and outreach to really, really build a community and know who your audience is, right? So you want to know who you help. It needs to be clear on your website what it is that you do, who you are, and who do you help, right? So don't, sometimes we want to kind of be very general and very broad, but this is the time where we need to kind of really niche down and narrow down the target audience. And it's okay that some people may not be for your business, and we need to be reminded of that. So I encourage you to look into websites, look into a website domain, invest in that. It's like a yearly pay. So you only have to pay for a website domain on a yearly basis. So it's not like a monthly subscription. You could pay for it for 1 year and then you're good. And then it will renew every year. So you really want to make sure and see your options and invest in that, because when people come to this website, they want to know that they are your target audience. They are your clientele. Like, okay, yep, that's what I need. That's what I want to be a part of. And they want to know a very clear step and direction of how to get started. They need to know how to get started within very few seconds of getting into your page. It may be the very first thing. You may see your business name and let's talk now. And it can link to your calendar. So imagine people just going to your website and clicking the link, right? We got to make sure that we have this pay now, purchase now, join now, sign up now, register now. Give people that clear direction on how to get started, how to join, and how to really get involved in what it is that you've been promoting and sharing on your social media that brought them to your website and your landing page. So that is a tip. So when you build up your website, take the time to map out, being very clear on what you want to share with people, your story, who you are, what do you stand for? What are your morals? What are some things that you just are very passionate about, and why you even started the business? Share that with people. Let them get a little insight. Give them a little, they need to know about your personality and your heart. So you really want to make sure you share that. You want to share what it is exactly that you do, so there's no confusion. Be very crystal clear on what it is that you do, who you actually help, and it's okay if that person may not be for you. They will be able to find somebody to help resolve their problem. And then also how to get started. How to get started very, very quickly. So a hack that you can do, I mentioned the platforms that I've been familiar with, but there are plenty other website builder websites that you can use to build up a very easy click and drag website. Drag and drop, drop your image, drop your text, and you will be good to go. It is easy. The templates are already there, and you will be able to insert your pictures, get professional pictures, get some pictures done, Yeah, it's time to really invest in ourselves and really get this together, because if we don't have the professional pictures, you want to make sure that you have updated good quality pictures and having all of this mapped out. So all you're doing is clicking and dragging your photo, your text, and then you're good to go. All right. So a solution: having a landing page gives your audience a clear call to action. So they need to know exactly how do they get the service or product that you have been promoting and sharing that you have to offer them. So have a very clear to action on your landing page, website, squeeze page, whichever you decide to invest in. But please look into getting one or the other. Of course, we mentioned the testimonials, the people that you have already supporting you. Ask them for reviews. We're going to talk about that later on in the week, but make sure you tune in, because you really want to make sure that you're getting reviews and referrals. That is so important, but I'm not going to dive into that. So the website, that's a place where you can add testimonials and making sure that you can even add forms. If you have a registration form that you want people to fill out, you can add that to your website. You don't want to put all of that on social media. You want to have a landing page for people to be able to fill that out. And if you do connect it to your social media, that will give them that clear step. That clear step. Okay, yeah, visit my webpage and sign up here, register here. You get me? So definitely take the time to look into your website and landing page. You want to make sure that you don't have a very chaotic system when it comes to social media with managing all of the people that you are engaging with, people that are looking and searching you up. People are sharing your social media, but they can also share your website. So that is the tips for today, you guys. If you are an entrepreneur, you have a business, you have a brand, you have an event coming up, you have been putting together a big moment, having a landing page so that people can know the next event that you're doing. That's always good to have also. So remember, these are the marketing strategies that sometimes are just overlooked or even neglected. You may have had a web page, but it's outdated. You don't want to keep an outdated website. So dive into it. Or if you do not have one, get one established. Invest in yourself with your domain, in your website, and give people that extra credibility and trust when it comes to not just social media, but we're a real business and we have a landing page and a website that you can visit us. So that's all I have for today, you guys. So until next time, continue to market, continue to be very strategic, and I will see you guys on the next one.